guys, it's Clay. I'm a drywall contractor. I do some YouTube videos, or at least I'm trying to now. What I'm doing is I'm just here at work, I'm working on a house, and I'm trying to show you how to do what I do so you don't have to hire someone like me, right? I want to save you money. I want you to learn how to do this properly, as a professional would do it. I can show you several different methods. I already have a video out on how to tape with a machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to tape with just a knife and a pan with some taping mud in it. This is a good quality taping mud. This is made by Certainteed. It's called Certainteed Light Taping Mud, and it's specifically made for embedding drywall tape and corner beads. And you just put it on the wall, then you're going to stick your tape to it, and then you're going to push it and try and get the air out from in behind it and clean it off and have it stick as good as you can. So what we're going to do first, I'm going to take some out of the pan. You can see I got some on my knife. I'm just going to start here. Put a little bit on. Don't worry if you drop some, it happens. Just like so. And then if you go sideways this way a bit, we'll just pull it back. Now the other way to do it is you can put it on like so. Just like that. But then you're still going to want to kind of pull it back to smooth it out a bit before you go and put your tape on it. Right here, we're going to go right into the corner with it like so. We might as well do this one while we're here, because it has to be taped as well. Now this mud here right now is right out of the box. I haven't mixed it up or added water or anything to it. When I tape with a machine, and when I put corner beads on with a bead roller, or I tape a corner with a bead roller, I always mix the mud up with a little bit of water, thin it out, it makes it a little bit easier to work with, and it's a little bit easier to get those air bubbles out. Now, what we're going to use to tape it is I have some paper tape here. This is made by CGC. All kinds of companies make paper tape. It's all pretty much the same thing. You can see it's got like a line in the back of it. So it'll be kind of indented on one side and it sticks out on the other side. You want the side that sticks out always facing the wall. So remember. And that's always on the outside of the roll. So the outside of the roll to the wall. So what I'm going to do to make this easy, I'm just going to drop this roll of tape on the floor here because I don't have a tape holder on my belt. And this is an easy way to do it. Just drop it on the floor and just pull some off. Just stick it into your mud like so. Just press it in lightly. We're going to pull it right across to the corner. Tear it off, just like that. Now that has the tape on. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to stick that in like so. And now I have tape on both of these walls. Right? So now I'm going to grab my pan. I'm going to put a tiny bit of mud on the knife. It makes it easier to slide it across the tape. And I'm going to just kind of hold it and pull it. And then I'm just going to go back this way towards the corner. And I'm just putting an even pressure on this tape to embed it into the compound. You don't want it sitting on top. You don't want air behind it. When you have air behind it, you're going to get bubbles, and you don't want bubbles in your seams. So push that in like so. Clean off the excess mud, just like this. That seam is taped, and you can see that didn't take very long. So all you do when you're doing a room is you just repeat the process. You go all the way around the room, you do the same thing, and then you go up. If you have a ceiling that needs to be taped, you're going to do the exact same thing on the ceiling. It's going to be a little messy. You're probably going to get some mud dripping on your head, but hey, whatever. It's all part of the job, right? Nobody ever said this was a neat job, but a little bit of mud on the head, I think, is a small price to pay to save yourself some money. And learn how to do this well, and you can take some pride in what you've done, right? So here we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to get the excess compound out behind this tape and embed the tape in. And we're going to push it into the corner, just like that. Clean off all that excess mud. Now these two seams now have drywall tape on them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab a smaller knife, and I'm going to put mud on each side of this corner here. And And then we're going to tape this corner as well, and I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? You don't have to wait for this to dry in order to tape the corner. When you're going across the tape, you just put on. You're going to want to be a little bit careful because you don't want it coming off, right? So if you get the edge of it, you might lift it up. All you got to do is lift it, put a little mud, squeeze it back down again. There's never any real reason to get overly concerned about anything when you're doing drywall. Just look at it this way. When you started, there was nothing there. So if you happen to mess something up, you just take it out and start again if you have to, or cut a patch if you have a bad spot. Cut the tape out if you have a bubble. Put some more mud on, put another little piece of tape on, and continue on. You don't panic, you don't freak out, it's not worth it. We just get this thing done, right? Because that's what you want to do. You want to get the job finished, and you want to move on. So I'm just going to grab my other knife, I'm going to come back, and I'm going to put the tape on the corner. Alright, so now I have a smaller knife. This is a 4-inch knife. Same mud. Just going to get down here. And we're just going to pull some mud up like this on the side of the corner. And then I'm just going to smooth it out, making sure I don't take the mud off the drywall. We need the mud. And you have to put the mud right across the tape you just put on here. Just like that. Bring it up the other side of the corner. Put a little more mud on, right? Got a little bit of a gap here, so we just stuff a little bit of mud in there to fill that up, just like so, right? And this doesn't need to look overly pretty. We're putting tape over it, remember? We'll just keep going like so. Come here, pull it down a little bit. Now, if you find the way I'm doing it too difficult, again, you can just put the mud on this way here, which pretty much anybody can do this. And then you just want to smooth it out a bit by dragging your knife through the mud to pull it down and smooth it out. And, you know, I have faith that anybody that's watching a video on how to tape is not going to have any problem with this. Because if you feel confident enough to do this, then I think you're going to be just fine. So we're just going to do that. A little bit more. Go up to the top here, pull that down. Okay, now we've got our mud on the corner. So what I'm going to do now, take the drywall tape again, drop it back on the floor. I'm just going to hold it up towards the ceiling. And then I'm just going to come down the wall. And then I've basically measured it out against the wall with my fingers. Now again, we got this outside here where it sticks out. We want to give this tape a fold. So you just fold it, run your hand down it, just like so. Now I will tell you, be careful when you got your fingers running down the edge of drywall tape. It is paper. We've all had paper cuts. This will give you a paper cut. You don't want that, so just be careful. Okay, now we're just going to come over. We're going to just stick this into the corner, like so. Right? Just like this. Voila. The tape is now in the corner. Now I'm going to take my my pan here again with my knife. Again, I'm going to put a little bit on the knife. I'm just going to push in here and just push this tape into the corner. Now, what you want to try not to do is hold your knife like this and push the point into the corner, because then you're going to push the tape in behind the wall. So what I always try and do is the side of the knife, we're going to run against the drywall. And you're on an angle, so that helps keep it from pushing in. Now it may happen, you can just stop, pull the tape out, and do it again. Just going to clean the bottom here, just like this. Alright, now, bottom part of the wall we got the tape embedded, it's on there. I'm just going to continue up. Again, I put a little bit of mud on my knife just so the knife will slide properly. Then we're just going to clean off the excess. We're going to do the same thing here on this side. Going to go up like so. As you can see, we're getting a nice looking corner here. And I'm just going to go to the top, pull down. Now you don't want to push overly hard, because we don't want to get wrinkles in the tape. Wrinkles are a real pain in the ass and you don't want that, so we're trying to avoid that at all costs. So now I'm just going to go up to the top. Again, I'm going to pull that back down, pushing that tape into the compound to embed it. And there you have it. That hasn't taken very long. And what we've done is we've just taken, like I said, some taping mud. You can use an all-purpose compound for taping, that's perfectly fine, because an all-purpose compound is also designed to embed tape. It doesn't have as much adhesive in it, but it works just fine. This here, this mud has lots of adhesive in it. This is designed specifically for embedding drywall tape and drywall components, right, like corner beads and whatnot. It's made to make sure they stay on the wall. But like I say, a good all-purpose compound works just fine. But this here now, that's on. It's all nice and smoothed out. We're just going to let it dry. And then after it dries, you're going to come back and you're going to put your first coat of compound on top of it. But it's really just that simple. Now I've done, you know, a couple little pieces of wall here. I've done my stand-up angle here, or corner. We call it an angle in the business. So all you would have to do now in a room, you just continue around the room and you do the whole thing, right? Like I said earlier, it's the same thing. If you do the same thing the same way, you get the same results. That's what I find, right? I always try and do my job the same way so I get the same results. And I normally get pretty good results, I'll be honest with you. People are happy. So I hope that helps you. Again, I'm here to help you learn how to tape like a professional, save a lot of money, right? Because when you hire a taper to do something for you, it's going to cost you a lot of money. If you're a competent person and you think you can do it yourself, then you do it yourself, right? Save yourself some money. We all go to YouTube or wherever to get tips and tricks on how to do things to make life a little easier for us. I do the same thing myself all the time, and I hope that this has been helpful for you. Until the next time, again, I'm Clay. We'll see you soon.